Bit of an awkward question, so forgive
Okay.
me for not knowing, but are you on scholarship?
I'm not. No.
Okay, so the reason I asked is Kirby talked a lot about Dan Jackson the other day.
Mhm.
Another guy who's not on, he's walk on all that kind of stuff. What sort of, he said a lot of guys on the team respect him. Just what have you seen from him as a guy that comes in, earns his opportunity, all that kind of stuff?
Well, Dan's one of the hardest working guys I know. He's also one of the best guys I know. Ever since he's gotten here, he comes in every day, gets his work done, kind of keeps his head down, doesn't say a lot, which I think speaks volumes for his performance that he's played so well this year. He's very focused in both his athletics and academics. So I think it's his overall aura that he gives off of just being an everyday guy that you know is going to show up and show out.
Can that be hard as a walk-on? You come on and you still need to know, hey, if I come in and work hard, I'm going to earn my opportunity. Just like the scholarship guys, can that be a hard mindset to have?
I'm sure it can be, but I know Dan's never had a problem with doubting himself. He's very confident and knows what he's capable of.
Can you just kind of tell me the development of this team through its first 5 games, and what have you seen that you guys feel like you need to work on heading into a matchup against Auburn?
Yeah, so this offseason we focused a lot on connection, physicality, toughness, and resiliency. And I think over the last couple of games that you've seen that those have been very present in the way we play. As far as going forward, we're always just focused on the next game and eager to have this opportunity to play Auburn on the road, and we're excited for it.
How have those, you talk about connection and skull sessions and all that kind of stuff, how has that made a tangible difference on the field, do you think?
As far as on the field, I think connection is like those guys, when you're closer to your teammates, you're playing for them and you know why they're playing as well, which allows you to kind of connect. And if someone's had a bad play, you can look at them and say, hey man, remember your why. We went over this in the spring and the winter and summer. You know why you're doing this. Let's focus back up and keep working.
What's something about one of your teammates that you learned during this offseason that was particularly interesting?
Yeah, I think as far as Jack Podlesny is concerned, he's one of my good friends and we spend a lot of time together. As far as what motivates him, it's just the fear of failure almost, but just kind of being able to connect with him because we're in similar situations where you're not on the field too often. You get a handful of shots and you want to make it the best you can be, and then just kind of working together as a group to connect.
Your role on the team, long snapper.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's nowadays people are saying do your part, do your job. How important is it? Because you got a guy back there and people be. How much pride does it take in you to make sure, hey, I'm doing everything right to give him a better opportunity?
So I think there's a saying in long snapping is no one knows your name until you screw up. So I think it's a pride thing as far as me doing my job is just as important as everyone else doing their job, in my opinion. I try to be perfect and do as best I can, and if that doesn't always happen, move on and get the next one.
Is it always cool to know some of the people you're long snapping to, some of the teams you're going up against?
As far as the other team, the other players, yeah, oddly enough, specialists are very interconnected. Everyone seems to know everybody. I feel like every week Jake's best friends with their punter and or kicker. So it's kind of cool to see that camaraderie because everyone wants the specialists to do well as far as in the community because we're all pretty good friends.
Especially.
Did you grow up a Georgia fan? Did you grow up coming to games?
I did. My uncle actually played here in 1979, same as Gordon Terry. So I've always been a huge Georgia fan growing up, and it's the only team I've ever rooted for.
The noise in the stadium on Saturday, how did it compare to the games you've been to throughout your life?
Well, that first drive when we were on defense was pretty special. Like I said, that stadium always gets pretty loud, but I think the loudest I've heard it, other than that, maybe was the Notre Dame game, my redshirt freshman year. That's probably about the only thing that compared to that, but that was some special this weekend.
Payne, you said specialists are kind of a unique group. Do you have any pregame, rituals that you do that you can share that Jake or Jack does that kind of get y'all amped up?
Ritual-wise, not really. We kind of sit together, do our thing. We're super close, and so we just kind of gravitate towards each other. No one's real superstitious. I would say of anybody, I might be the only one that is. I just listen to the same songs in order, but other than that, no, not really.
How important is this game against Auburn? As you said, you're both a lifelong fan. Is this like a matchup that you've been looking forward to?
I think it's important because, like Coach Smart says, it's the next game. And I think it's a great opportunity to play a great team in an awesome environment on the road.